looking cool, Joker! Hello? Don't leave. Hi, I'm back. I'm still coughing. Uh, excuse me. I'm not always gonna be able to catch the mute on the cough, so, bear with me. Uh, Long COVID kind of fucking sucks. But hi! I'm back. It's me. Definitely back now. Mm-hmm. No, let me go press this button. Would I like a cough drop? I think I'd love one. Yeah, I've missed hanging out with everyone as well. It's been a while. Sorry. But hi. I'm alive. These, sorry for like radio silence for a while. But hopefully we're back. And hopefully, not even hopefully, I think I just will. Probably stream a lot more often. So, we'll see where that takes us. But hi, how's everyone? No, COVID got me. Do I have warm tea with honey? I do not. But I could probably obtain said warm tea with honey. I do, however, have Chinese herbal cough syrup. Something I used to take when I was younger, and it helps a lot with the cough. I'm sad, but now I am happy. I have missed being here with you all. I missed you guys too. It's been... Oh, fucking... When was my last stream? A couple weeks ago? Let me check. A week or two ago? I don't remember. Let me check. 2 weeks ago, around about, I think. Yeah, around 2 weeks. Last time we streamed, it was about an hour of me walking in Minecraft and then dying. Felt way longer than 2 weeks. It's only be 2 weeks. Come on, you guys can survive at least 2 weeks of me being gone. You know, I'm back now. That's what matters, right? I don't even know if my voice has been impacted by this long-term cough. Everything feels longer. I don't know, I've been living my life pretty boringly. Just very, wake up, do whatever, play games, maybe. Bunch of random things. But I have decided, in the time I've been sick and resting, I have decided, okay? You know what I've decided? I have decided that this channel, okay, is mostly Just for chatting. Okay. That hasn't changed. But I've decided on a genre of games. We are probably gonna play survival games. Whatever that means. Like, I might go all the way back to 1992 and play one of the oldest survival games known to man. You want to play Icarus with you? I could. I'll put it on the table. Oh, gee, no, not even Oregon Trail. Hang on. Let's see. Or do you mean actually Oregon Trail? Let me see for a second. Let's see. Oregon Trail. When did that come out? Wow, that's really old. I played one of the Oregon Trail games. It was one of the newer but still pretty old ones. I remember playing with my Maple Story guild at the time. And so, turns out, everyone in my guild all fucking died before they made it there. Yeah, they all fucking died of dysentery or something like that. I made it all the way to the end. And you know what? I finished the trail. However, one of the family members had a broken leg. But they made it! See, I'm what you call a pretty much a gamer. You know what I also found out? No one died. None of the family members died. I made it all the way. First try! Y'all suck at survival games. But yeah. I had a good time. Yeah, they had a broken leg, but you know, we finished the journey and I was just like, well, it's not my problem now. I don't have to worry about this broken leg. But I found out that, like a lot of people did, when you go hunting in Oregon Trail, is you can only take back so much meat. Like, your senses tell you, shoot as many animals on screen as possible. No. You shouldn't do that. You shoot like one, or maybe two, and you've maxed out how the amount of meat you can contain. So I didn't go overboard on the hunting. I only hunted as much as we needed. And on the way journey, I just never really ran out of supplies. But yes, Oregon Trail is a game. It's the same concept, except zombies. It's on Steam. But, while I've been sick, I've been playing a lot of, survival games. There's an endangered species right there, Shuck Up. Yeah, tastes like extinction. What else is there? There's a game that I've been watching recently, and it's called Unreal World. Okay, let me tell you about this. It has the Guinness Book of Records oldest open world survival game. Hang on, let me get the actual fucking thing they've got. Let me check. Let's see. Unreal World. Okay, not that one. Okay, this one. There we go. cult classic open-ended wilderness survival roguelike RPG taking place in the ancient north. Finns. Does D&D count as an open world survival game? No. Okay, so they've got the Guinness World Record for longest update support for a game, and then they've got the Guinness fucking World Record, Gamer Edition, for first open world survival video game. They're the first. Are they the first? Maybe the first open world. And, you want to know what it looks like? Do you? I don't know. Okay. This is what the game looks like. It's really old. But it is up to date. Like, they have been working on it. They've been updating this game since 1992. The last update was last month. It is still worked on to this day. Look at this stuff. Like, there's a couple of ways you can play the game. Like, you can play and live with a tribe, or you can go out and be a nomad and then do all the stuff yourself. It is brutal. And I have been considering picking this up and playing it on stream. The other thing, okay, that's on the table right now, I'm gonna keep you guys up to date, is we're probably gonna have VR streams again. Because I've mentioned, right? 3D model in the works. I'm probably gonna do like a little event for that. But I know what I want to stream. You guys know about hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades, right? You know, H3VR? Hot dogs. You know this game? Yeah? Guns? I'm probably gonna mess around with this too. I love this. I love this game. It is the best VR gun sim game? So this might happen. And then, obviously, if I have the 3D model, VR chat, etc. But, yeah. So that's what we've got. You have no idea what well, you're gonna have to find out when I eventually stream it. And I'm considering doing another streamed playthrough of Half-Life Alyx. There's a bunch of stuff I need to set up before I can stream stuff like that. But I'm thinking of playing through Half-Life Alyx with developer commentary on. MAU? What's that? Yeah, Half-Life Alyx has developer commentary. If you've ever played any of the old games and turned on dev commentary, you find these little speech bubbles you can click on, and then they'll go through and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, did like, oh, we decided to," and they explain the development process. They explain why they made the decisions they did and what became what and why. And then they'll show you sometimes. They'll show you a prototype. They'll be like, "This is what it used to look like." this was an early iteration of blank. And then they were like, it went through lots of stages until what you see now, and then blah, 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 blah. Yeah, playing with dev commentary is nice when you've already beaten the game. But yeah, I want to do that, but for Half-Life Alyx. Pills of Eternity? Does it have something like that? Like, I wonder what game... Do I have a game that I can show that has developer commentary? Probably Left 4 Dead? Or Half-Life 2? It's always interesting going through dev commentary. Excuse me a second. Sorry, something got in my eye. That commentary you can toggle that discusses game dev. Yeah, it's always interesting. And then you get to find out stuff that you wouldn't have normally found out if you didn't actually go and look through the developer commentary yourself. Let me check. Yeah, Half-Life Alyx has it. What have I done? Obviously, guys, you know I finished Abiotic Factor. There was a PNG of a potato.
Cool, Joker.
I'd like to thank Matt for this sub. Thanks, Matt. I mean, there's a PNG of a potato that holds TF2 or Overwatch together. What about the Academy? What about the Academy? Ugh. Metro Case didn't have commentary per se, but they had a museum section of models and dev notes. Yeah. Also, it was not true. Let's see. Man, I tried playing Overwatch again recently. That game sucks. Game fucking sucks, man. Overwatch 2 blows ass. Oh, man. You know what would fix Overwatch 2? Taking away skill matchmaking in quick play. It is called quick play. I don't need skill-based matchmaking in quick play. This is casuals. I don't care if you can match me with fucking the #1 player in the world. That's part of the fun of not having skill-based matchmaking. You sometimes go against gods, and sometimes you go against people that are really bad at the game. The variance is what makes it exciting. And then you put in skill-based matchmaking to cater to, oh, but people are gonna bully new players. Who cares? Stop catering to casuals. But, you know what game doesn't have skill-based matchmaking? It's called X-Defiant. And I've actually enjoyed it. Would you like to fight someone with 1 brain cell or a god? Look, I'll tell you what's fun to play, okay? You want them to shoot back at you, but you want to be able to outplay them so you feel good about yourself. But you know, Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you're the one that can't land a shot and they land every shot. Sometimes that's how it goes. Hello, Aurelia. Welcome in. A god with one brain cell. A fucking idiot savant. They only have one really good skill. Excuse me a second. I'm removing that. That's not gonna make any sense. It's been too long. Where is oh my god, Z had so many emotes. Where is it? Oh shit. Enjoy a year. I sure am. I'm changing it back. Look, when Bits even forgets that it was a thing he did, then it doesn't deserve to stay. Anyway, now you can use that emote as intended. Where is Bits? I don't know. Why do I have a hype train? When did this happen? How did this happen? How do I have one right now? 12 months of subs would do it? I guess you're right. Cause I'm hype? Hmm. You know what I want? You know what's crazy about the games industry right now? It is so afraid to make linear first-person games. So afraid. Have you noticed how every single game is a third-person open world? Every single one of them that comes out recently has been a fucking third-person open world game. I am tired of open world games. The only open world games I want to play are survival games. And yeah, exactly. If it's FPS, it's a COD. Or a CS. There's no in between. I love survival games! Can we stop catering to the bitches and just make games that we want to make? Fuck, I hate publishers. They're so fucking stupid. AAA games are... Okay, man. Fucking AAA. Fucking... The A stands for ASS! Hey, Inferno. But, yeah, okay, I have a question for all of you. Do I sound different from when I sounded like a couple months ago? Has my voice been irreversibly changed by this cough? No, I sound the same? Not really? Okay, good. Okay, good. No idea? Okay, well, that's fair. You haven't been here very long. What else is there? You know what I like? you guys already know because I've talked about this a lot. Well, I have talked about it. Now is new. Really like hardcore survival games. Holy shit! Huge! You're almost at 15 days! 3 months? Guess it's been here a while. So... You like hardcore games? Yeah, I like hardcore survival games. I want to... Dude, I wonder how many other people like, brutal hardcore games. I want it to be brutal. Emotes are being delivered to supporters. Someone's been subbed for 63 months? Don't we have someone that's been subbed for more? Hold on. Let me drop. He just followed me a long time ago because I knew him. He's an old friend from the visual novel community, and he followed me before I started streaming 8 years ago. Holy shit. That's so fucking low. But that's the context. I need to tweet more. Is that something you guys would like me to tweet more? Because I don't tweet enough. I like basically don't tweet. I just browse it and like things. Which sucks because I used to like things because I told people that, hey, if you want to look at stuff, you can look at my likes because I don't want to retweet some of these things. And now you can't see likes! What the fuck, man? I don't know, man. I might just retweet. Another month I've been sub for 5 years. Oh, that's crazy. Usually share going live notifications. Twitter's getting excommunicated. Hey man, I'm a content creator. Which doesn't do any creating. Well, I'm sure that will change. God, okay, man, I don't think I want to do that. I like it. It's how I've always done. You know what people have been doing? They've been sharing the what's that Tamagotchi life thing, whatever the fuck it is. That pent went over everyone's head. No, I just didn't acknowledge it. I saw it and I was just like, was that intentional or was it not? Yeah, the same low quality, yeah, PNG. Thank you. Oh, I have tea. Ooh, I have tea and it's probably got honey in it. Yeah, so people have been posting that, and it's kind of funny. Yo, that was a late. That was so late. Why did it give it to me so late? Yo, that's a sick emote. Someone summoned tea to her residence. Well, I live with my partner. And she gave me tea. No, because I'm well taken care of. Who did this? Artist Goblin Tengu. Ah. That emote goes hard. I like it. Um, you know, one of the side effects of the long COVID, I've got the cough, and I'm just tired all the time. All the fucking time, I'm just tired. I just want to sleep all day. And it sucks. It really fucking sucks. No lightheaded spells, but definitely just tired. Not fatigue. Is it fatigue? Might have some fatigue. Matt, you work too hard. You need to chill and relax more. Take a vacation. Oh, you got up too quickly and got lightheaded. What causes that? I haven't had that happen to me in ages. Hmm. Okay. Iron deficiency? Makes sense. I eat a lot of meat. I am crux of what you call. Are they obligate carnivores? I'm pretty sure they're obligate carnivores. Are they? Yeah. Obligate carnivore. Can't live without meat. Let me see. Potentially am near the end of the year. Might go to see the Hollow Live concert and see Soul and Lay. Hollow Live concert? Wait, where's the Hollow Live concert? Where is it gonna be? Is it the New York one? That's cool. Atlanta. Oh. Wait, no, you said Atlanta. unsure if typo or if actual place. I don't know America well enough. But, what am I doing this year? I'm not going anywhere this year. I don't think anything special is happening this year. Other than maybe going to PAX Oz. Speaking of, I should check my email. PAX Oz. I applied for a content creator. Do I know where the abiotic lab is? Do I work there? Can't tell you that. Tyree Fedor. What? Dude, I swear, it's out in the outback. Why is that always broken? What the heck is a gigantify an emote? Hey, Kaz. How are you doing? You're smart now? I don't think I needed the glasses to be smart. I sure am a cool croc. Let me check something, because it's not working. Okay, since it didn't pop up, there we go. So you don't get scammed. Power-ups? Watch for 5 minutes, you get 10 points. Wait, it actually shows you. Wait, tier 3 subs get a 2 times multiplier on channel points? That's insanity. Two times the amount of channel points for just being a tier 3 sub? What? That seems like a little low if you consider. Hang on, let's consider. Okay, a tier 1 sub is 1.2 times. A tier 2 sub is 1.4 times. Let's see here. What is it 5? Okay, no, I think that is fair. Okay, you know what? Yeah, 1.2, 1.4, 2 times. Okay. All subs used to get 2 times. Yeah, you're right. Gotta stream more? Look, I'll do my best. Wait a second. Here we go. I will do my best. I am still sick. I still have a cough. I dealing with long COVID. Very tired. Very tired all the time. I wake up, I'm tired. I go to sleep. Don't sleep for that long. Just tired all the time. um what? I just saw what song came on. Hang on, dude. You have to listen. Listen. I can count to 2. I can count to 3. I can count to 4. Count to 4. I can only count to 4. Count. Count. Middle school. Count to 4. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. And count to 2. This is the best parody. The best parody song. Hmm? Okay. Now we're on back to normal music on my playlist. I can only count to 4. Ugh. Okay. Question. Games. How many of you actually enjoy survival games? I need to know. That, and has anyone played Soul Mask yet? Answer yes? Really? You played Soul Mask? Enjoy them, but I suck at most of them. What type of survival games do you guys enjoy? Oh, yeah? So, would you play a hard survival game? One that simulates thirst, hunger, cold, temperatures, disease. Yeah? Mm. I wonder if it would be worth setting up a server. I wouldn't play Survivor, but I would watch the rest of these dummies suffer. The easiest one, the most accessible one to make a harder survival is actually just setting up a server, SMP, you know? Um, I'd need to set up and figure out how to make a mod pack. And then find someone to pay for the server costs. And then it'll be the community server that we can play on. Because Terra Firmacraft is an overhaul of how Minecraft works. Complete overhaul. I've talked about it before, right? Terra Firmacraft, that is. Don't look at me, I'm more broke than a college student's mental health. Fuck, man. Someone will have to pay for the server. I have no idea how much it's going to be, because I have no idea how dense the mod pack's gonna be. But at the very least, I want Terra Firmacraft on there. Now, it's either we use a pre-made mod pack and then use that, because it is easier just to yoink a mod pack and use that instead, or we actually go through the process and tailor it to our community. Did you guys see that? Or is that just me? That's crazy. I love this thing. See what? Alright, thumbs up. What would it look like tailored to us? Okay, let's see. Like, what type of stuff do you guys like? Because there's a mod pack I know of that could be... let's see. Let me open CurseForge. CurseForge. Fishing and farming? Okay. You'll definitely have farming and fishing. What type of fishing do you like? You like suffering? Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. Proximity voice? I need to find one. Alright, Terra Firma Craft. I wonder if there are any good mods. Yeah. Now, there is one I'm playing right now called Hard Rock Terra Firma Craft. And can my PC handle me hosting a server and streaming at the same time? A time check? What do you mean by a time check? Explain. Let me try this real quick and see if this impacts the stream. So I can show you guys. Time is it for everyone? 3 p.m. for me. Let me launch my Minecraft real quick. One in the morning. Definitely not 1 in the morning here. Ooh. Oh jeez. Am I losing frames? Uncertain if I'm actually losing frames. I think I'm gonna go with... Yeah, I don't think I can run a server at the same time as streaming. But I want to show you guys anyway. First game. Ignore the Steam page. In fact, closes it. Do you have a secondary device to stream from, or is it internet connection? I do not have a secondary device to stream from. It would be cool if I had a stream PC, but I don't. What I need is to beef up my PC. I don't play with these shaders on. Does look nice. Let it load. We done? Okay. I get to show you guys what I've been messing around with for the past... I don't know when I started. I did tweak the mod a bit. There were a couple of mods that were kind of cringe in because they were breaking. So I removed them. All right. Ooh, no frames. So I have... Oh, hey! Little Billy Goat. It grew up. It's 2 months and 24 days to become an adult. Alright. Well, I have a ram. I have a bunch of alpacas. And then I have a goat. This is coke oven. And this is my blacksmithing area. Don't you like ingot piles? You know, when you get to stack your ingots in a neat little pile. I think this is personally one of my favorite things. And there's a windmill powering a metal press, which I can't really use much right now. This mod pack integrates Create, if you guys know what Create is, into... Didn't hear anything for the last 3 minutes. Oh, did you get an ad? But yeah, this integrates Create with terra firma, so there's some degree of automation. Machines and stuff. Very, very handy. And we have a boat. I have no frames. But look! It's a galley. There's a bunch of random stuff in it. Mostly food. And I'm gonna show you guys uh what breeding pigs looks like when you have too fucking many of them. Pigs. And let me show you guys the cellar. This is where all the food is kept! This is how we keep them, because food goes off in this game. And you can store them in a cellar. And look, we've got dead pigs. Look. Dead pigs. Hey, Bits. Sorry. Coughing's gonna randomly happen. Okay, let me turn the server off. It is killing my performance. Okay, but that's a little bit of a terra firma crash. The main draw of that game is main draw of the game is the fact that there's food spoils, right? So you have to go out of your way to figure out how to preserve the food. And one of the things you can do is build a cellar, which is obviously gated behind whatever materials you can get. Progression, you progress, you can store, and then you can have a nice cellar with a bunch of food hanging in shelves and whatnot. You get to put stuff in jars, you can brine, you can salt things. It's neat. And then you don't play for a while and realize that someone else has been playing on the server for a long time, and you come home and realize all your food's spoiled because even though you haven't been playing because someone's been progressing time in the server. That'll happen. Which is why you need to invest in preserving your stuff. Otherwise, it will spoil. I don't think that telling Twitch chat to put something in a jar is a good idea. Not even pickles. You don't want to make pickled vegetables? No? You don't want to make pickled vegetables? Do you not like pickles? I don't really like pickles either. Although, actually, it depends on how they're pickled. I like Asian style pickled, like soy sauce pickled cucumbers. It's a different. You prefer Dunkin' the Okay. But yeah, that's Terra Firma Craft. I'm not very good at describing things. But it is just survival game. Game is hard. There is an easier alternative, and it's called Vintage Story. And it is not as hard, but it has a lot of similar features as Terra Firma Craft. But that means you have to buy the whole entire game if you don't already own it. And almost everyone owns Minecraft. Right? Anyone not have Minecraft here? Actually, that's a anyone not own Minecraft here? I feel like it's a game that almost everyone has. I feel like almost everyone's played or owned Minecraft. Am I wrong? Hang on, I need to remove these. You have Bedrock and Java? Huh, where can I put these? Practice for what? Oh, okay. Gauge. Homies need to shower? Wait, why do they need to shower? Explain yourself! Why do they need to shower? Oh, jeez. What's the cinnamon for? What's the equivalence? The equivalence is sand? Okay, where was I? What was I talking about? Wake up. I don't even go to the beach. I don't like the beach. I don't like sand. You know what? Hang on, let me go a step further. I don't like being outdoors. Oh, it's so much better when there's layers of clay. I don't even want to know. I didn't want to know. Why not just go to a pool? Why not just go to a pool? Why does it have to be the beach? Hello, cat. God, I'm so fucking tired. You need protein wherever you can get it. Um, let's move on from this topic. Hush tan tan. Hush tan tan. Hush tan tan. What is she holding? Looks like a rolled up magazine or book of some sort. Let's see. I knew it! I knew 7TV wouldn't disappoint me. Is this what plays at the Heat Death of the Universe? I'd assume so. That on Young Cat. That's old. Do you know this video is an hour long? What's on YouTube?
This is insane. My eyes. My brain is glitching. Now, if this doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. Because if you want the Koeko figure in this video with a cel-shaded 3D model or a 2D image slapped into a clip to trick you, you're wrong. It actually is a real-life figure of
What the fuck?
Academia that was repainted by the Japanese artist Repelabo to look just like the anime, and as the artist themselves says, it was already a perfect figure, but I painted it in an anime style. Some people might think this was unnecessary, but I'd be happy.
That looks so cool!
Dimensional repaint that turns the hearts and stars into neon lights. I love this guy's respect for the original work, and I love just how good he is at painting. But my brain seriously can't even process that this is a legit physical object. And
It's so good it looks almost like AR.
Quality. Huh? This isn't a drawing? I seriously don't understand how this exists in 3D space. My eyes! My brain is glitching. The vibrant colors suit Toga-chan perfectly. The painting technique is incredible. It looks just like 3D CGI from any angle. I was like, what? When I saw this? The neon is amazing. It's like something straight
That
out of
is
an anime.
so
What's
good.
crazy is that according to an interview with Koeko.net, Repelabo only started doing anime style painting back in 2022.
What the
This
fuck?
particular figure took them about 3 hours a day for 2.5 months to finish. And they think that the reason why viewers often mistaken the figure for a 2D image is because of the anime style color tone. In any event, people are so impressed with Repelabo's paint jobs that they've been able to run a series of successful repaint classroom workshops to share their knowledge about the hobby. Not to mention that they've even received offers to work with various companies.
Do you have anything? Oh, they're showing how they're painting it? Wait. Did they finish it? I must know. Dude, that's so much. It's so meticulous to fucking go through. And actually paint it in such a way that they actually look. Hang on, where do I see the Twitter? That is so fucking cool. What the fuck, man? It is in 3D space. It's 3D real world space. Okay, the Luffy just looks strange. His eyes are too big. What the fuck, man? That is so cool. Wait, did he do the entire Ginyu Force? That is some crazy painting skill. Look at that! Where's the video that shows all the angles? Like, there's it from the back. Oh, here we go. That's so good. Yo, why don't they paint? Is it how expensive do you think it would be to have someone paint it? It's so well painted. Holy fuck. Oh, they're rotating it. Probably as much as it would cost to rig your model, maybe more. Probably more. It only cost about 1,000 USD to rig my model. Oh my god. That's insane, man. That is so fucking cool. Now, I want someone to take this technology and apply it to cosplay. Oh my god, dude. That looks so fucking good. You can't be an anime girl, sadly. This proves that we can get anime in the real world. This is small scale. What if we upscaled it? And then put it on a person? Hmm? I need to share this. Oh my god, that is so fucking cool. I'm retweeting that. Hang on, let me go up on my Twitter and retweet that real quick. Cause that looks fucking insane. That is so cool. None of those uncanny valley masks. No. You get one of those uncanny valley masks, right? But you make it good. A high quality mask. And then I sense a disturbance in the oil shots. Dude. That means you could make a life-size figure, apply that painting to it, and you have essentially brought a 3D life-size figurine. It would take more than a year to paint a full model like that, wouldn't it? I feel like it would take so fucking long. That is so fucking cool. That's so cool. It looks so good. That paint job? That paint job upped the value of that figurine by so much. What the fuck, man? How the fuck? My mind is blown. Kind of broken. Dude. That is so fucking good.
What is a game that was made in the year 2000 being remade in the year 2024 on a game engine that came out in 2011 look like? Well, pretty wild, actually. Believe it or not, this is a Skyrim mod. It's a project called Vampire the Masquerade Redemption Reawakened. Yeah, a bit of a mouthful, but the Reawakened is the new part of that game title. Basically, a modder who goes by Galero and his community are remaking the cult classic first Vampire the Masquerade game using Skyrim's modding toolkit, which might sound a little odd considering out of all the possible engines one could use, they're going for Skyrim, which
Wait,
is
do I have a reason to
totally
reinstall
bizarre,
Skyrim?
but also kind of cool at the same time. And of course, it begs the question, why would anyone do this? How could you even do this? It's clearly a massive undertaking.
You sure?
Today, I'm diving down the rabbit hole of what this whole project is even about. Let's start off with some context. The World of Darkness series is a vampire-themed tabletop role-playing game from the 90s that was
Vampire the
converted into a video
Masquerade
game series
full
in
conversion mod
2000.
pack
And the first game,
or mod.
Vampire the
What do you
Masquerade
mean it wouldn't be worth? It's Vampire Masquerade.
whole World of Darkness franchise on the map for gamers. Basically an entirely new audience to enjoy this lore and world crafting. However, back when the game came out, it was generally considered to be very visually impressive.
Why wouldn't it be
but
worth
also
it?
had a lot of mixed reviews when it came to the
I
actual
love
game.
Vampire the
Nonetheless, a lot of
Masquerade.
magic from the original tabletop game bled over.
That is like
into the game
one of my
series enough to
favorite
develop a
fantasy
cult
worlds.
fan base. Plus, it was pretty much the only
Vampire the
immersive
Masquerade?
vampire sim around, and thus became the whole
I
new
fell in
World of
love with
Darkness game
fucking
series,
the
followed
what was it
by
called, the Dark
multiple
World
sequels over the
series.
years. So with that said, I
When
can
I
absolutely
played
see why
Bloodlines.
fans of the series would want a
original
preservation of the original
Bloodlines.
games in the series. So getting into the mod, its actual planned release date is pretty much when it's ready, and it'll launch for free on the Nexus Mods website. Though
It's not out yet. Forget about it. But you know, Vampire the Masquerade. We don't talk about Bloodlines 2. Excuse me, hang on, 4 months ago. Four months ago?
I do not like this.
How did no one hear about this? I ain't pre-ordering this. It's either out and good, or I don't touch it at all.
How does anyone find anything in a mess like this?
Wait, they're actually still working on it? I thought it got abandoned.
This is an orderly chaos. Nosferatu trade in secrets. This is merely another way to hide them.
Oh, that does not look great.
Who is it?
Hello? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. I'm watching a trailer that I didn't even know was out. That looks so bad! Wait, did they think that looked good?
Before I could even finish the song.
Am I interrupting?
It's you. The Nomad.
Willem, I take it. You had some interesting guests outside. Expecting trouble?
That
Jesus
depends.
Christ.
Why are you here?
Holly tells me you keep the court's secrets and its histories. Earlier tonight, another kindred by the name of Isabella used this mark to sap my power. Do you know anything about it?
No. All I had to do was keep my head down for just a few more nights. He's hiding something.
Tell me,
What
Willem,
is this?
what rumors have you heard about me?
That you were there in Cairo. They called you the Slayer.
I have been many things to many people. And what will I be to you, Willem? and to this lonely, forgotten warehouse.
You're exactly what he said you'd be. I guess that makes it easier.
Makes what easier?
What happens next? Now I have to do what he told me.
4 months ago? Paradox Interactive. Hang on, I need to look at these, Ah yes, the post-alpha, pre-beta, pre-launch footage. They named the pre-gen main character Fire. This doesn't bode well for writing quality. Oh no! I'm with this guy. I'm actually with this guy. I will genuinely be shocked if they actually release this game. Oh my fucking god. This game is going through development limbo. Development hell. Vampire Masquerade, Bloodlines 2. Bloodlines 1? I absolutely loved Bloodlines 1. But Bloodlines 2... Eee. 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 Fucking yikes, man. Bloodlines 2. Eee. What is peel a pound soup? The heck is peel a pound soup? But yeah, Vampire the Masquerade is a tabletop game. Look it up on YouTube. Will I regret this? Huh? Which video and which comments?
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here at T-Roy Cooks, I appreciate it. I got a recipe for a cabbage soup from my grandmother probably 30 plus years ago, and if memory serves, she got this recipe from a heart hospital in Baton Rouge that would give it to heart patients that needed surgery. And if they were a little too obese to have the surgery when they came in, they would put them on this restrictive diet and have them eat this soup along with a bunch of fruit and stuff to help them lose weight. So this is an excellent soup. I mean, it really, really does taste good. And the key
What
to
the
this soup
fuck?
though, is you can eat as much of it as you want because it's gonna need 6 to 7 head of cabbage. Throw in your onion soup mix, onions, and about 15. Salt or pepper.
I'm so confused. It burns more calories digesting it than your body intakes. Why does that sound like bullshit though? Wait. I've lost 15 pounds of stored gas I didn't know I had. Wait. My farts are party rivals. I'm so comment section of this video. 1% soup review, 99%. The horror stories people's farts caused. I think I understand. I convinced my dad to make this soup. You made this? Why? Why? Why did you make this? You need to lose weight? Dude, I love you suck at cooking. What's he got? Big Mac taco? Shut the fuck up sandwich.
You suck at cooking, yeah, you totally suck.
Today we're making hash browns, which are potatoes that have been dismantled, soaked, rinsed, squeezed, wang-jangled, flattened, fried, then degreased. We're going to use russet potatoes because that's what everyone else says is the best. They're called russet potatoes because when they're ripe, they rustle around. We'll start by removing the potato's insulating layer, which keeps it from getting too cold underground, since it's a warm-blooded vegetable. You can also put your potato inside a box and shake it, which leaves it disoriented and easier to handle. Now we'll initiate the disintegration process by using this disintegrator. You can also buy genetically modified pre-disintegrated potatoes if you want to save some time. You can also throw the potato against the wall if you want to make crash browns. We're going to wash the smithereens in a bowl of water to clean the potatoes since they live underground, one of the dirtiest places on earth. But here's the thing I've learned about washing. The longer you soak, the more starch is removed, and the more starch that's removed, the less they bind together when you're shaping your patties. Since this recipe has no egg, you don't want to wash them too long. In fact, if you just rinse them, they'll stay pretty sticky, and while every recipe on the internet is going to say they won't end up as crispy, the thing is, they're wrong and I'm right. Now, if you do soak them, save that water and serve it as a bowl of starch gazpacho, which is a German delicacy, and traditionally eaten with a sausage spoon. Now we'll lay those potato particles on a soft, warm blanket and squeeze them to remove most of the moisture and also so that they feel temporarily loved. Now I'm going to add some oil to a non-stick pan and then add our potatoes. We're cooking them for a few minutes because if you just go straight into making hash browns, they'll end up medium rare. We've cooked them for around 10 minutes. Now we'll let them cool off a bit. Then we'll add them to a bowl to begin the reintegration process. It's really important to only add certain spices to your hash browns and to avoid others, so I made this comprehensive list to help guide you towards which spices will taste good. And that's about it. For every potato, I'm going to go with a third teaspoon of flavor glitter, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. The cornstarch is important because it gives a nice corn flavor, which is the best flavor for potatoes. Now we're going to take what was our 3D potatoes and shape them into 2D potatoes. You don't have to make ovals if you don't want to. You can of course make triangles, but that's it, no other shapes. I'm using my cast iron pan with oil about half the thickness of the hash browns. Look how low that dial is. You don't need to go high. In fact, you'll burn your house down if you do. Check the links below for frying safety tips, please. I'm slowly lowering my hash browns into the dangerous oil, and the trick is to cook it until it's as brown as you like it. If you prefer, you can use a stainless steel pan if you like having your hash browns literally welded to the bottom. While flipping, I'm going to use this edging technique to avoid having hot liquid splash my hands and face. Then just a few more minutes in there and those hash browns are good and crispy, despite the starch fearmongers telling you that you're gonna go
I love hash
hash
browns.
brown hell. We'll lay them on a comfortable paper towel for some aftercare and to ensure maximum crispitude. And here's my attempt at making a hash brown. The main issue I had was that the physics of reality didn't really line up with the physics in my mind when I thought of this. So not bad overall, considering I made it in this dimension and not another one where it could have been easier. Now this is a real crispiness test. If that sounds like potato chips to you, it might be because these are made of the same material as those. Guys, seriously, if these are not the absolute best hash browns you've ever eaten in your life, I promise you that means you've found a recipe that's better than this one.
All right. So, I love fucking You Suck at Cooking. It's so good. There's so many. There's so many recipes he's made that I've just looked at and went, I kind of want to make it. You know, there's actually something I've done before. Made a homemade chicken nuggets before. And you know what I used as breading? I used potato chips. Just put the potato chips and just fucking crush the shit out of them. Just fucking crushed up potato chips, and that was just what I used to as the breading for the chicken nuggets. It's fucking delicious. You can also use cornflakes as well if you have cornflakes at home. I don't know how many people actually eat cornflakes nowadays. Any cornflake eaters in chat? Cornflake enjoyers? Cornflakes? Anyone? Or is it just me? I actually like plain cornflakes. Yeah, well... throw them at the wall if you want Crash Browns. Cornflakes good? Yeah, anyone just like cornflakes? Yeah, plain cornflakes. There's not really any cereal that I actually like other than just cornflakes. Plain cornflakes. That might be the strangest food take I have, but I don't really like any other cereals. Except for one specific one. I like Honey Nut. Crunchy Nut? Crunchy Nut. It's Crunchy Nut. I'm kind of like on most cereals. I just like plain cornflakes. Or Crunchy Nut. I don't actually know if Crunchy Nut is Crunchy Nut in America? Do you guys have Kellogg's Crunchy Nut? Is that a thing over there? I don't actually know if that's actually a thing over there. Kellogg's Crunchy Nut. That is like the sweetest cereal I like. But if you were to... I think I would just genuinely enjoy just plain cornflakes. I don't know if that's weird. You guys not have Kellogg's over here? Do you guys not have Kellogg's? Hang on, I remember Kellogg's having... WK Kellogg is an American food manufacturing company split from Kellogg's. John Harvey Kellogg became the superintendent of Battle Creek Sanitarium. WK Kellogg, and then they made cornflakes. Kellogg is why America still circumcises boys. Why did you have to bring up circumcision? Hang on. Video.
When we think of breakfast cereals, there is one dominant player in the market that comes to mind: Kellogg's. With over 25 different varieties catering to both adults and kids, the brand is well recognized worldwide. The bizarre origin story, however, is something sure to shock you. So sit back and enjoy today's video. Will Keith Kellogg was born.
I cannot stand this guy's voice. How about British man?
Hey, 42 here. Back in the early 1900s, if you were an affluent American who suffered from poor health, you may have considered a short stay at Battle Creek Sanitarium. The SAN, as it was often called, was a world-renowned health complex that sprawled across 30 acres of land in Michigan. Its pamphlet promised a cool and delightful summer resting place. And it wasn't wrong. As guests entered the gates, they were greeted with the words mens sana in corpore sano, meaning a healthy mind in a healthy body. They'd see people sunbathing in the gardens or enjoying a stroll through the picturesque woods, and stepping into the lobby, they'd be welcomed with fine furniture, crystal chandeliers, and plush Persian rugs. They might also hear the occasional scream from a remote treatment room, but we'll get to that later. The SAN was the go-to destination for the health-conscious elite. Wandering through its vast hallways, you could bump into the likes of Henry Ford, President Warren Harding, or Thomas Edison. You might even see a peculiar-looking man cycling around in a white suit and white shoes with a white cockatoo perched on his shoulder, dictating notes to a man scurrying behind him. That man would be Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, the founder of Battle Creek Sanitarium, and the poor fellow behind him, his younger brother, William Kellogg. John Kellogg was a celebrated health guru, a highly eccentric individual who made it his life's mission to improve America's mind, body, and soul. He arguably
I must
created the
learn
whole concept
about the lore
wellness.
of cornflakes.
You know, the industry all the crazies hang out in. And thanks to his
I
unwavering passion for
I completely forgot that this existed. I completely forgot. It was not in my mind anymore. What was her name? Gwyneth Paltrow? Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina-scented candles? I completely forgot. She existed. She's insane.
all the crazies hang out in.
Goop.
And thanks to his unwavering passion for good health, we now have the delicious, easy-to-prepare breakfast cereal known as Kellogg's Cornflakes. Now, I'm sure you've heard John Harvey Kellogg's name crop up plenty of times before, and you may have even heard that he invented Kellogg's Cornflakes to stop people from masturbating, which I'm delighted to tell you is entirely true. But what you might not know is that this isn't even close to the weirdest fact about John's life and his personality. Far, far from it. As we're about to find out, John Kellogg makes Gwyneth Paltrow seem sane. John's dedication to health isn't surprising. Not only was he a sickly child himself, but out of his 16 siblings and half-siblings, 6 died from infectious diseases. And unfortunately for the ones who did manage to stay alive, their parents didn't bother to give them an education. You see, they were Seventh-day Adventists, so they didn't really see the point. When the second coming of Christ was just around the corner, presumably Jesus didn't care too much about good grades when rewarding the faithful. But despite this setback, John was bright, determined, and an avid
Pop-Tart
reader.
movie?
And so he used
What the fuck
any
is the
books he could
Pop-Tart
get
movie?
his hands on to educate himself. Seeing his potential, the church supported him through medical school, and upon graduation, placed him at the head of their Health Reform Institute. Under John's leadership, it was renamed as the Battle Creek Medical Surgical Sanitarium. Really trips off the tongue, that one, doesn't it? And he grew it rapidly into a combined medical center, spa, and grand hotel. The sanitarium allowed John to practice what he called biological living, which was heavily inspired by his Adventist beliefs. Essentially, he saw the body as the temple
I see.
of the Holy Spirit, something that should be nurtured.
We're learning
and
about the
protected
lore of
at all
cornflakes.
times, and enforced this at the Sun with messianic zeal.
This came up
Exercise
because
was
of cornflakes.
strongly, as was fresh air, plenty of
I was
sleep,
asking if people
good
liked eating
hygiene,
cornflakes.
and nutritious, easy to digest food. When it came to illness, many of his treatments were grounded in dietary restrictions. He instructed guests to avoid meat, alcohol, tobacco, sugar, and caffeine. Basically all the fun stuff. Most of these treatments seem to make sense. Caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol are addictive drugs, after all. But other practices at the Sun were a little less conventional. To begin with, John was a firm believer in the methods of Horace Fletcher, also known as the Great Masticator. Fletcher was an influential health faddist who argued that food should be chewed and chewed until liquefied before swallowing. John took Fletcher's advice very seriously and encouraged all his guests to chew their food a jaw-wrenching 40 times before swallowing. He even performed renditions of a chewing song to motivate them, culminating in the resonating chorus, "Chew, chew, chew, that is the thing to do." Clearly his talents were wasted in medicine. When he wasn't serenading his guests in the canteen whilst they furiously masticated, John could be found experimenting with the healing effects of artificial light, a practice that no doubt pleased Thomas Edison during his visits. Patients will be asked to lie down or stand up in a shower of artificial light, kind of like a modern-day sunbed. And it was supposed to cure anything from depression to diabetes.
Ah, I
Funny
wish
how
it was
all
that
these
simple.
Revolutionary health fads just cure anything. After their
If only,
light
dude.
bath,
If only
guests
they
could
were
continue
that
their
fucking good.
cleanse with an enema. For those of you fortunate few who are unfamiliar with the exhilarating world of enemas, it involves shoving a tube up your arse, then pumping salt water into your bowels, in an attempt to give your insides a thorough cleaning out. Why the hell would anyone want to do that, I hear you ask? Well, some people believe enemas can cure constipation, certain celebs claim they can detoxify your intestinal tract, and that they're a surefire way to instantly lose weight. But celebrities also believe that living off cucumber juice constitutes a healthy, balanced diet, so we probably shouldn't listen to anything they say, ever. But John, being the innovative thinker that he was, decided to take things one step further. He created special machines that could pump an
I can tell you what an enema will help with.
14 liters of
Having a
water
clean
per
butthole.
minute into the patient's
And,
bowels.
well,
Then he advanced on to giving his patients
having anal
especially
sex.
the most vulnerable, yogurt enemas. I'm not joking. They were instructed to eat half a pint of yogurt, and then the other half.
Although usually they don't go
You
as
guessed it,
far as a
right
full
up the
enema.
butthole. John believed it would provide his guests with protective germs and a squeaky clean intestine. When John wasn't pumping Muller into people's arseholes, he was strapping them into the vibrating chair he'd invented. Unlike today's chairs, which tend to offer a range of massage programs, plush padding, and 3D surround sound, John's was a little more rustic. It had a plain wooden seat which would violently shake you up to 60 times a second. And for anyone who desired something a little more hardcore, you could add a slapping machine to the experience, which would give you the option of being flogged or pounded. If all this vibrating, pounding, and flogging is getting you all excited, then I'm afraid you're out of luck. Because the single most abhorrent sin you could commit at Battle Creek Sanitarium was fornication. John believed that any sex outside of procreation was against nature and the root cause of all society's troubles. Yeah, this is
What?
coming from the guy
Insanity.
who invented a chair that vibrates and flogs you and enjoyed stuffing yogurt into people's bums. But, believe it or not, he practiced what he preached. He was celibate during his 4 decades of marriage, and rather than spending his honeymoon between the sheets with his new bride, he used that time to write about the ills of copulation for his new book, Plain Facts About Sexual Life. Lucky Mrs. Kellogg. It wasn't just sex that John loathed. He viewed flirts as lecherous villains who ought to be punished in a purgatory 7 times hotter than hell, and believed that true chastity
I'm gonna hell, guys.
required purity of thought. As for masturbation, he believed it was a violation of natural law that caused a whole range of maladies, from memory loss and impaired vision to epilepsy and even insanity. Tragic news for most of his guests, no doubt, but to free them from the vile practice, John offered a selection of treatments. To begin with, he would simply tie their hands up when they were alone. Failing that, he would bandage their penis up or place a cage over it. If penis prison wasn't a strong enough deterrent, then Dr. Kellogg was a firm advocate of circumcision, performing the procedure upon himself when he was 37 years old. He believed it was most effective at stemming masturbation if performed without anesthetic, because it created a salutary effect upon the mind. In other words, it made the patients associate touching his penis with absolute pain.
I'll pause the video. Well, I mean, I guess that adds some relevancy to, what's, the Twitter thing that everyone's fucking retweeting. Are you circumcised, Nibby? What the actual fuck, man? Let me know when you guys are out of ads. I'll wait. Guy's so fucking weird.
Pain. And if circumcision didn't work, he would sew the patient's remaining foreskin over the tip of the penis with a needle, and then twist it to a close with a metal wire. This barbaric procedure
Excuse me?
made erections impossible. Bear in mind that most of his masturbation prevention subjects were young boys, and it reveals the sobering reality that the man who invented your breakfast cereal was one of America's most prolific child abusers. Girls didn't get off lightly either. John would apply pure carbolic acid to the clitoris, or, if that failed, surgically remove it. But, as with any illness,
you stay away from
is
my
better
clit.
than cure, and John believed that the best way to prevent sexual stimulation in the first place was to endure a bland diet. You see, whilst he was growing up, most of America's breakfast food was fatty and stodgy. Things like porridge, fried bacon, and hot beefsteak were all the norm. So John decided to create a breakfast food that was easier to chew, easier to digest, and bland enough to subdue any hedonistic impulses. John's Puritan mandate gave rise to the now ubiquitous cereal,
He's a guy who'll never find the clit. Oh, you're right. I'm safe.
Heavily involved his little brother, Will. It's fair to say that John and Will had a complicated relationship. Growing up, John pushed him around and even whipped him, despite Will being 8 years his junior. If it was a particularly cold winter's night, he would use Will's back as a foot warmer. Real likeable character, this John guy, isn't he? As adults, and after John had established a sanitarium, he invited Will to work there. But their relationship didn't improve. Will often worked up to 120 hours a week for very little pay, and his duties included keeping John's books, shaving him, and even taking his notes for him when he went to the bathroom. When he wasn't satisfying John's every whim, Will would help out in the sanitarium's kitchen. By 1877, John had invented a kind of breakfast biscuit for his guests. It was a mixture of flour, oats, and cornmeal, which he baked twice at a very high temperature to make it easier to digest. The biscuit, which was blander than a Coldplay album and harder than a rock, caused one guest to break her tooth. So from that point on, John would smash it into little pieces, creating a kind of granola. Then, one night in 1898, Will accidentally left out a batch of dough. When he returned to it the next morning, it had fermented. He decided to throw caution to the wind and roll it out anyway. And when he did, the bacteria-infused dough produced perfectly thin flakes that became crispier and tastier once baked. It was the world's first
actual random Coldplay, hey?
Will carried on experimenting with his new recipe, and after replacing the wheat with corn, he produced flakes which were even crunchier. The cereal was an instant hit, first with patients at the Sun and—
Wait! This just revealed, okay? Hello. This just revealed, okay, that the creator of cornflakes was not the nut job, but the nut job's brother. This is an important distinction. Actual important distinction.
and then with the wider public once it was advertised in newspapers and on billboards. Now, John couldn't care for profit. His only concern was abolishing masturbation and healing the world one bowel at a time. But Will was a natural-born businessman and knew their cereal would be more competitive if they added sugar to the flakes. Unsurprisingly, John wasn't on board, fearing the sweet taste would cause anyone who ate it to instantly and uncontrollably fondle themselves, and so he forbade his brother from doing anything of the sort. So Will, finally tired of living under his big brother's shadow, struck out on his own. He bought the rights to manufacture cornflakes and founded the Battle Creek Toasted Cornflake Company in 1906. His cereals were an enormous success, and 3 years later, he was producing 120,000 boxes of cornflakes every day. Will's advertising tactics were as creative as his brother's health treatments, only far less psychotic. His company was the first to include a toy inside the box, and one of the first to include nutrition labels on the box. One particularly successful campaign told readers to wink at your grocer and see what you get. A risky strategy, perhaps, and one that would have offended his prudish brother. But those who followed this curious instruction received a free sample of cornflakes, and hence the brand experienced a rapid boost in sales. Sadly, John was less than enthusiastic about his little brother's success. He insisted on using the Kellogg name for the sanitarium's own healthier cereals, and Will, who believed that a tasteless Kellogg cereal would harm his own brand and company, sued him. John sued him back, and the two fought a vicious legal battle for the best part of a decade. The question at the heart of it all was, who was the real Kellogg? John, naturally, believed that he was. After all, he was the first of the two to make it big, and arguably the most famous doctor in America, whose books had been translated into several languages. But thanks to Will's sizable investment into advertising, Kellogg was now a household name and more or less synonymous with cornflakes. Eventually, Will succeeded, and in 1922, he was finally able to establish the Kellogg Cereal Company. To celebrate, he introduced a famous rooster mascot for his cereal, which came about because he realized the Welsh word for rooster, Ceiliog, sounds a little like Kellogg.
Oh, okay.
Was a complete game changer. Gone were the days of getting up early to start the fire just to make porridge or reheating last night's greasy leftovers. Cornflakes were a convenient, nutritious, ready-to-eat breakfast. Perfect for the busy
Cornflakes are
masses
so
who'd
fucking
left the
convenient,
farms
man.
to work as employees in factories following the Industrial Revolution. Kellogg's Cereal Company led the pack in what became a multi-million-dollar industry. John, meanwhile, was forced to pay the costs of the legal battle. He faded into obscurity and lost
fuck him!
credibility. The number of visitors at the
We got
stand
the
dropped
lesser of the evils
dramatically
behind
during the Great
Kellogg's.
Depression, and by 1938, he closed its doors forever, left with $3 million in debt. He developed bronchitis 4 years later and died of pneumonia at the age of 91. Although the two brothers hadn't spoken properly in years, John did write a reconciliatory letter to Will. The exact wording of the 7-page document is unknown, but the gist of it was probably, "I was a bit of a dick. Maybe I shouldn't have been such a detestable monster. Sorry, bro." Regrettably, John's secretary decided that it was beneath her employer to send such a letter to his nemesis, and so she decided to stash it in her desk. Will didn't see it until he himself was on his deathbed.
Bitch!
At which point he reportedly sat up in bed and declared, "My goodness, why didn't someone tell me before this?" They may have been enemies until the bitter end, and sure, one of them was the quackiest quack who ever quacked, but together they changed the breakfast table forever. Thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Random Interest.
But guess what, Nibby? That means you were wrong! The Kellogg's that circumcised people was a different Kellogg's. It was his brother, the one that made the cereal. Was not him. You were wrong! Homeless survival roguelike.
Welcome to the channel, everybody. We do have 100% hygiene. So, oh, there's a cop. Let's not beg. So for any new players out there, of course, we should also look at our maladies in a second, but we've got our food bar, our happiness bar.
Anyone play this game? Oh, did she? I've actually been watching this guy, but I've been watching him play. Oh, he's got a new one.
Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with more Unreal World today, continuing. Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan. It is one of the oldest survival-based RPGs still in active development from.
It's this game. I'm so tempted to pick this up.
92 to the current day 2024. So if you guys would like to check this out yourself, I've got the Steam link down in the description, so you can click that and
Caveman
put it on your
series.
wish list. Also down in the description are all my other series for the Unreal World 2. So if you get caught up with this one and you want more to watch, I've got a bunch. So check them out, guys. But anyway, like I said, we are going to be doing a caveman run. Now, this is a modded
Objection.
run.
It was simply stated that
Those
Kellogg
mods are
caused
also
circumcision
linked in
to
the
spread.
description.
No brother
Also,
was ever
instructions
stated.
on how to manually install that should be linked as well. So make it nice and easy for you guys. But the essential theme of this one is no construction more than a shelter. So what that means is we can't build a cabin. We're going to self-impose that rule for ourselves here. And basically that means we have to live in a cave for the rest of our lives, which actually can be a little bit cozier than it sounds. So I hope you guys are excited for this. Fits it pretty same. Probably hear me or see me as I sensed by the fact that we are starving. Some branches from this tree, which is good.
I wonder how hard it would be to modernize Unreal World but still keep the level of complexity. I feel like it has so many systems in it that it would be really hard to translate into more modern looking UI. I think it'd be pretty hard to do. Wonder what would have to be done if you were to try and modernize a game like this. Have as many like systems as it does. Lots of things that are emulated. Like, imagine if Dwarf Fortress was designed in such a way where you could look at it as if it was a modern colony sim, but it still managed to keep the level of complexity and all the systems and whatnot. I'm not sure. Night, my British shutting down. I'm not sure if you could actually do it. I feel like as you bring the UI and control schemes more towards modern styles, you'll actually end up losing a lot of detail. Like, I wonder what the limit for stuff you can simulate in a survival game before you have to simplify how the game looks to save on processing. Like, how much graphical fidelity do you have to give up on to add more complexity to your game? Because when you change from like a top-down turn-based system to try and make everything real-time, I think the amount of like complexity behind it will go up exponentially, right? I don't know if anyone else like agrees with me here. I don't know how to describe what I'm describing right now. Because I still think the easiest way to make a survival game with a lot of systems is to keep it 2D, or even like make it isometric. Trying to think. How would you do that? I'm not a game dev, so I don't actually know how difficult it would be. Feel like it's doable. Sometimes I feel more immersed in low detail games. No, I feel you. I feel you. I don't really want a game that's fully detailed, but I do want a little bit more out of what I'm looking at. Just a tiny bit more. Like, obviously, I've already talked about how much I'm a fan of isometric games I have. Like, to keep something simple, make it isometric, but also emulate a lot of different stuff. A game like this does actually exist, and it is Project Zomboid. However, there has not been a game like Project Zomboid that is just pure survival. I don't know. Could probably use Project Zomboid as a base for a game like that. Project Zomboid actually does simulate a lot, but it's zombies. Let me think. Because you'll find in a lot of modern survival games is that they usually just have food, and thirst. Or rather, hunger and thirst. And depending on the game, whether or not they decide to add more, you know, more bars to manage. Like sometimes they'll add energy, like whether or not your character's tired, and whether or not you need to sleep. And then if they would go even more complicated to that, they add hygiene. And if you want to go a little bit beyond that, you add another bar on top of that. You add temperature. And then obviously you can have hidden mechanics as well. But like, if you have those 5 things, hygiene, temperature mechanics,
Looking cool, Joker.
thirst, hunger, and tiredness or energy, you've got yourself a recipe for a game that's annoying. And I guess that's what it means to be hardcore survival, is that there's a lot of shit to keep track of to keep your character alive. You don't want to die of frostbite, you don't want to die of heat stroke. But if you want to be a very surface level survival game, all you need is a hunger bar. If you want to add a little bit more, you add thirst. My kind of survival over the gameplay is high. The challenge is to exist. Good luck. These games motivate me to exist, IRL. My favorite thing to do in those games where the challenge is to literally exist, once you get over the initial hurdle, and you become sufficient enough, proficient enough even, and you become self-sufficient, not only are you surviving, you are now thriving. Just like the start of our little Hard Rock Terra Firma Craft playthrough. I don't think we're ever gonna run out of food. Or hydration. I've made so much whiskey. My character is a raging alcoholic. Because that's all she drinks. Yeah. And then, you know, you look inside the cellar and look at all the food you have stored and how long they have left. And you're like, oh, wow, we have, you know, many, many months of food left in the cellar. That's not going to go bad for, like, half a year. And then you have pigs on the wall hooked on the... Yeah, no, like... I enjoy games that let me preserve food. You know what game I've always wanted to take further, but never really ever had anyone to play with that has to take it to a end game, I suppose you could say. Don't Starve Together. I've never gotten to the end game of that game. I've always hit the point where survive the first winter, maybe even to the second winter, have food set up. Well, thing is, once you pass a certain point in survival games, the survival elements they just end up being upkeep. You can't avoid it. When you're settled in and you're set up and there's no risk of dying unless you manage to go exploring and are really far away from your camp, yeah, I think you just end up with upkeep. I don't think you can avoid upkeep. I can't think of a single survival game where you don't hit a point where your survival element is just upkeep. Also, Cosmic, thank you for the 57 months. Sorry I didn't acknowledge you earlier. I was on a tangent. But yeah, I was looking at this game called Unreal World. games where there's food spoilage mechanics, I think keeps things a little interesting. Like, you can't ever stop looking for food. You don't end up with infinite food, because the food will eventually go bad. Just... games that have survival tech just because they have food buffs or whatever? There's also the way Valheim does food. The way Valheim does food is, rather than you dying from not having food, right? You don't have a depleting bar. It goes, it does it's a positive reinforcement. So, you can't play without food in Valheim, obviously. You need to eat the food so that you can actually do the content, because otherwise you'll have no health or stamina to work with. I don't mind that. It isn't quite the same. So to me, Valheim is a very loose survival game. But it does give you a reason to have food. You always have a reason to have food. And I think that's important in a survival game, is that you have to maintain your food. Or water, or whatever. You know, your character gets thirsty. Yeah. Valheim is closer to, like, Terraria, honestly, when it comes to how it is like a game. And I wouldn't exactly call Terraria a survival game. Even though some people class it as one, I don't. I like to class survival games based on whether or not food is a necessity. And Valheim, to some degree, it is. To some degree. If you can play an entire game without interacting with the food, I feel like... Is that a bad survival game? I don't actually know. Survival games are, like, pretty niche, right? And then you have a niche within the niche when it comes to survival games. I remember there was a period of time where survival games just basically didn't exist. I just get peeved because I tried browsing open world survival craft, and there's like these games that have those elements. Those don't feel like minigames are about that element. Right. Like, let me think. What's a game that has come out in recent years that actually does a good job at doing survival? And I think that game, is actually Green Hell. I think Green Hell did it really well. And it did split up the you know, your food stuff into the 3 macros. You've been eyeing Green Hell for a while? I played it. I have 50 hours in it, and I played it a lot. It's fun. I've enjoyed it. Green Hell was, honestly fun. I wish... You know what I want out of a survival game? if I'm hunting in a survival game, I want to actually go through a pseudo or even like somewhat immersive-ish butchering. I don't want to just do a, oh, I put my hand and do this like cutting motion and then it is food. I don't want that. I want to see like the hide maybe being stripped off and whatnot, being processed, the guts being removed. Maybe I need to hang the meat up and let the blood drain. Like, give me that. Add that stuff in. Add all of that extra busy work behind the survival. Food system scum? What's it like? Yeah, make me process the hunt. Don't make me kill it and bam! Nuggets! I want to, like, have to hang up the meat to let the blood drain so I can eat it. Let me go through all the processes and not let anything go to waste. So the hide that I get left with, I want to be able to do something with it. If I get a bladder from an animal, like, yeah, scum has stomach space, digestion, and micronutrients. That's neat. But I have yet to play a survival game that has a good butchering system. It doesn't exist. Like, where is that game? Like, and if you're going to make a survival game with a good butchering system, you may as well add other immersive systems. And you know what's ironic? I don't even know if it's ironic, but you can kind of get the experience I'm describing with Minecraft mods. Because this very specific thing is a niche within a niche. Like, I kill an animal in Terra Firma Craft, right? And then I have the butchering mod installed. And it overhauls how killing stuff works. It makes it so they don't drop their meat or whatever. You end up processing it. You have to put it on a hook. And it doesn't have the blood drain mechanic in it right now in that mod, but I would like it to have, like, a blood draining mechanic. But, like, I just want a game that if I'm gonna hunt, I want all the detail there. I want to be able to skin an animal, take the hide, and need to process that hide into leather if I'm making leather tools or whatever. Or even use that hide. The Infected has a somewhat in-depth butcher. Really? Hang on. There's two things you want me to look. I want to look at. The Infected. What is the Infected? I have not heard of the Infected. Infected Vambies. Hybrid vampire zombies? Is there like a short video that showcases the butchering table? No?
We'll just find those. I'm just gonna look for.
Sorry, I'm flicking through your video, guy. Okay, you're hunting.
Oh, right with the butt. I might have to just carry it back. It's going to bleed out now, but so I've got to try and keep with it.
I want to see what they've got.
So we're going to have to carry it back the hard way. There we go. Yes. Yeah, once we've got those hides, we've got the bows and arrows, it's going to make it easier. Now I've got to try and get back. It's that way. So I'm going to have to do it this way for now, because otherwise if I go back for the cart, which is probably the easiest thing to do, I won't be able to find it.
Oh, it's so rigid.
So we're going to have to do it this way.
Okay, I'm going to zoom ahead.
Means we're going to... I think I might...
You know...
Then... Okay, let's harvest that, which is cool.
Kind of neat so far.
Until we... Ooh, a raccoon, really?
Okay.
Okay, let's just get that outside, out the way.
Let's see. I want to see how they've done it here.
I'm sure it's just one hide, you know. If we get two hide, you know what? I'm fine with that. I haven't got one.
Okay, it's missing quite a few steps from the butchering.
I got a feeling. Right, I'll tell you what. We're going to put the hide in here because we only need one more now. So I need to find the deer for that. Because once we get that second deer,
not exactly what I want. I want more than just he does a simple animation. I want it to go into detail, have an animation unique to each animal. Hang on, so there was a vintage story butcher. Let me see.
Everyone, where today? More checking on variants, of course, not like a challenge.
Skinning hook.
Like go, press right click, and there we go. And now, all I have to do here is getting a knife and skinning them up. So basically, all I have to do is this. So I just want to skin all these guys up. And as you can see here, we have some raw hides. Okay. This is, I would say, singles. Now let's start with these two guys right here. There we go.
Okay.
Two in-game out. Okay, you guys here. The butchering table, which is two large creatures, more animals. Anyway, well, okay, this guy will take quite some time. Right here, this guy is also changed. Okay. And okay.
I like what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, it's of course butchered up. And of course, I'm gonna take some time. And oh, yeah, I accidentally. Okay. So yeah, that also accidentally. Of course, there we go. Now it's just. Oh, now you can have two choices: either cook them normally like here, or if you smoke them up using a smoking rack, which of course again you can use. It's only copper, by the way, so no flint.
A smoking rack?
There we go. And now I'm just gonna put some up there. Take almost 4 p.m. as you can see here right now. And of course, I'll just cook some of these guys around here just to make a comparison. You know, you can is one and a kind of protein. And it was be
okay.
You have to preserve food because it take use a lot. And surprisingly, this guy.
Neat. Culinary artillery. I'm very much an enjoyer of detailed butchering mechanics in survival games. Bone napping, huh? Let me send you something, Saul. Discord crashed. You don't have to actually get it from Steam. I'm pretty sure you can download it for free off their website. Yeah, Unreal World. That's I downloaded it recently. I'm gonna give it a try probably tonight. I'm gonna learn how to play it, and I'm probably gonna try and stream it. Probably next stream. I'm probably gonna take my time and learn how to actually play it. And learn, and then get to the point where I can at least explain what I'm doing. But yeah, that's another game. Okay. I want to stream longer hours, but I am still sick. I still have a cough, and talking a lot does actually aggravate it. So I don't think I should push it. Like Dwarf for the Survival vibes? Yeah, except it came out in 1992. That game is older than most of y'all. The game is almost as old as me. Which is crazy. It is the first open world survival game, and it's been in development. It's still being supported. It's still getting updates. The most recent update was last month. It has been such a... How many years is it? That's like 30-something years of development. And what did they add last month? Added a bow skill, craftable longbow, pausable weapon crafting, crafting types of requirements and stuff. Stone, okay, a bunch of changes. Added a bowstring. That's neat. Well, barely older is still older. Y'all so young. But this is like the pinnacle of boomer game. I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna play this boomer fucking... Oh my god. It counts as retro! Well, shit. Thank you for gifting a year sub to Saul. Get shot, I guess. Did she, though? Did she come to the wrong neighborhood? Is it multiplayer? I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's a single player game. But I'm also pretty sure it's free. But you can support the dev by buying it on Steam. You understood the risk. Why? You think so? Let me check. 3.71? Ah. Yeah, okay, the Steam version is the... Alright. Check something. I wonder what other survival games. Okay, let's see. You can also get it from itch.io. It is cheaper on itch.io. And you can get the most recent version. $8.50 on itch.io. Is first released in 1992, continuously maintained and developed ever since. Over the years, you've seen dozens of Unreal versions, each of them being a complete games of their own, but still not inside. River available here is a third evolution of the game. Is this the same one as the one on Steam? I think it is. It's loud. I don't doubt it. There is Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead that I might also consider picking up. I wonder how many games are... I'm reading something. Someone says here, definitely Unreal World. It's kind of on par with Project Zomboid and Realism. It takes place in Iron Age Finland. Okay. Did they have zombies in Iron Age Finland as well? Worse. They had Swedes. Jesus Christ. Long Dark. Oh, Neo Scavenger is another game that's like on the hardcore side of survival. I'm seeing a lot of people describe fucking lists Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Vagress? What is this? Okay, not what I'm looking for. Don't Starve, oxygen not included. Don't Starve is hard, but it's hard for a different reason. Green Hill, Rust Forest, Project Zomboid. Really? Why am I seeing DayZ? And someone listed Tarkov. Dude. There's actually, like, no games I haven't already heard of. The amount of times I see someone in this list of the survival games list real life. Not wrong, honestly. Mm, 7 Days to Die, this Warman. Hello. Yo, Grounded was fun. I'm doing okay. We're looking at survival games. Looking at this Unreal World game. Looks a lot of fun. Really fucking old. Oh yeah, I have a question. Guys, is my stream blurry? Is it blurred out? Not the actual stream. I mean, like, in the category, is it blurred out? I don't know if me checking one of those settings is gonna make it. Let me check. I have to scroll for a while to find myself. Not blurred out? Looking for good VTubers to follow? I just filtered by the crocodile tag? Interesting. I thought I turned that on. Let's see. Stream manager. Content tags. Thanks for the follow. Ah, I see. I have significant profanity or vulgarity listed, but I don't have sexual themes tagged. So don't show up blurry in the category. But apparently if you click sexual themes on your stream, it will blur you in the category. That's actually really funny. your stream, your thumbnail permanently just becomes smeared with Vaseline on Twitch if you turn on content classification for sexual themes. Don't have that here. Can't see. I'm gonna add Unreal World to my wish list. Well, there's a pretty good reason for that. It's because I haven't been streaming very consistently. And when you don't stream for a while, you tend to lose viewers. This is my first stream back after a while, so hopefully that'll change. But numbers, like follow count, doesn't usually equate to having very many viewers. At the grand scheme of things, it doesn't actually. Your 5 cents is a stat. Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to try out Unreal World and maybe potentially show it the next stream or the stream after. And you have to roll them? Oh, jeez. Alright, I am probably gonna end stream here. I've been streaming for what, 3 hours now? And I will find someone to raid. I will ease myself into longer streams. But for now, where can I send you guys? Foss is on. You know, I'm just gonna send you guys to Foss. People are saying, why are you loud? Am I quiet? I should be fine. Alright. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Oh. Hey, Rage. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, same time. I can feel my lungs getting more irritated the more I talk. So before I turn into a coughing mess, I'm going to end stream. So see you tomorrow. Hopefully this cough goes away sooner rather than later. But yeah, goodbye. Take care.